Hello there. This week on Love Travel, Live Travel, we're diving into building marketing campaigns and some guidelines when dealing with intellectual property. Sorry, using these big words. Plus, we're going to take a glance at a growing trend in romance travel. Plus, we're sprinkling a little bit of pixie dust all the way from the Magic Kingdom as Jason is joining us live from the Magic Kingdom to answer the question to last week's contest that there was much debate about. So looking forward to that. We've got some stories that we want to cover with you. All that and a lot more coming up next on Love Travel, Live Travel. And it starts right now. What's up, y'all? It's me, Joshua Harrell, and I am joined by my guest co-host. We often refer to him as Producer Paul, Mr. Paul LaHood.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you again.
Yes, this is his second time on the show. So glad that you were able to fill in for Jason while he's on a holiday.
Yeah, I've never been an understudy before. It feels fun. I like to be included.
Well, I love how we went from a production studio, a staff of one, to now there's quite a few of us that rotate and fill.
It's a whole system.
We've got a live studio audience right here.
Yeah, it's great.
Was that the applause? Okay, there we go. All right. Thank you guys for joining us live on this week's episode of Love Travel, Live Travel, or you could be listening to us on Apple Podcasts or watching this on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Please, if you are watching us on YouTube or listening to us on Apple Podcasts, subscribe, like, get the notifications. Mm-hmm. Make sure you watch the show because we strive to be live here on Love Travel, Live Travel. You like that?
I like it.
Is that going to be a thing? It could be a thing. All right. So, like I said, we've got lots going on, and a lot going on outside of Paul's shirt here.
Oh, I didn't even know I'd be on the show today. I just wore this for fun.
Yeah, that is a part of our dress code, right?
Yeah. Dress code. First rule: have fun.
Yeah, have fun. And I am wearing some Argyle in honor of the premiere of the movie Argyle. I don't know if it's the premiere. It's been out now 1 week. And I'm really pulling for you, Argyle. I want you to be good. I know that's not that you know nothing about the movie, but
I'm trying my best to be polite.
That's okay. That's like when you and I both got hit up about there's something called the Super Bowl going on, and it means nothing to us.
Apparently, that's this week.
Yeah.
So good for those people.
This is called Love Travel, Live Travel, not Super Bowl and hockey.
Let's talk about someone else.
Yeah. No. Anyway, our show is all about if you love travel and you have chosen to make a life within travel by either working for some of the most amazing supplier partners out there, or you are a travel professional selling travel within your agency or within an agency. This is for everybody. And plus we have some family members that watch. Hi, Ma.
No swearing.
Yeah, there is no swearing, and yes, that does not happen. So I'd like to get started with a poll question, and our poll question for today is when or where is the last trip you took with a loved one? So if you are joining us live, I want you to drop the answer to that question in the comments, and we'll pop over there and see what your answers are. So again, where is the last place you traveled with a loved one?
I'm already thinking about it. I'm excited to tell my answer after I see some more first.
Well, that kind of ruined what I was going to do. I was going to ask you
I'm
to
ready
allow
to
everybody.
give my, yeah.
Well, before I ask you, Paul,
Yeah.
so this comes as the news. This has been in the news for a few weeks now. Romance travel has never been bigger, and advisors are loving it. Get it? Romance travel, loving it. A 2023 Deloitte holiday travel study found that romance and quality time with a partner or spouse, I like to refer to that as your magnificent other. So feel free to use that. Just copyright Joshua Harrell. Outpaced revenge travel as a travel motivator. And for those of you who don't know what revenge travel is, I think is a terrible name that somebody came up with. It sounds like I'm just gonna stick it to you. I'm gonna go on a holiday. That's not what it is.
No.
Revenge travel was the phenomena that followed the pandemic and the fact that we couldn't travel, and we went back with a vengeance and started traveling like crazy, which has been fantastic for the travel professional audience, right?
Now's the time to make up for lost time.
He's great. He's a great co-host. So, with that said, Paul,
Yeah.
where was the last time you traveled with your magnificent other?
Oh.
And who are they, if you want to give them a plug?
Well, my magnificent other would be Josephina. She is my very special wife, and we had the very awesome opportunity to make it to the Club Med over in Miches, Dominican Republicana. So it was very beautiful. I mean, the foliage was beautiful because she's a big gardener, so I have to mention that. But all the monsteras everywhere. But the resort itself was an amazing time, perfect for honeymooners and new families because it was a lot of young people there.
Yeah.
And a lot of kids, because there's a great kids program at these Club Meds, and they're great for families with young kids because of all of the activities you can do and daycares. But really, it was a great time to get away with her and spend some time in a very tropical area.
Yeah, and if you haven't looked at Club Med recently, so Club Med, just to kind of fill you in, back in the day, they were kind of the trailblazers when it came to all-inclusives.
Yeah.
And you paid for things with beads.
Oh.
You don't pay for things with beads anymore, do you?
No,
Yeah.
they said, we'll put it on your room. And I said,
Show me
well,
the money.
I've got some pesos I want to burn up first. Let's do that first.
Yeah. So that's exciting that you had a good time, and
Oh, yeah.
and she had a good time as well.
Yeah, very thankful for the opportunity at our friends at Club Med. And new area, for sure. First place I went to with my passport after waiting months and months and months to get it. So great place to break it open and get started with international travel for me.
That's awesome. Well, I will, before we go over to the chat, I will share that my last trip was with my mom, and it was in November. We did the Diamond Voyage, and that is, I love our Diamond Voyage because it's just a chance for us to be with many of our members who we've known for a very, very long time. So you kind of feel like you're traveling with a very, very large extended family. And she wasn't feeling up to par to do a lot of things. So I would go off to my room and work because, I never stop working. I'm the hardest working person in travel.
Absolutely.
That's good. But all right, Evan. Producer Evan is having fun with the sound effects. But she surprised me because even though this one day she didn't want to go out and do something, I get a text message that she was on the bus headed somewhere with just a bunch of our members, and was just gonna go have her own adventure without me, and I just stayed back on the ship. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know that definitely wasn't. That doesn't count as romance travel, but
No.
it is where I went last with a loved one.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Just like the old days, leaving the kids back at their room and going off on an adventure.
exactly. Just to follow up on this story, a destination wedding global market report found that the market grew for this romance travel from 21.3 billion in 22 to 28.3 billion in 2023. That's a huge jump. And we're already hearing from many of our travel partners that this is probably more than a trend. It is it was a trend, and now it's kind of changing the mix a little bit. Yeah,
I'm here for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see, what else was I going to say? I wanted to talk a little bit about. We had a situation come up this week that I wanted to kind of address with everybody that's tuned in, because I think many people run into this challenge, and it's really kind of dealing with intellectual property, copyright restrictions that suppliers or guidelines, I shouldn't say restrictions, really the guidelines that they put in place. And some travel partners are really strict and consistent about enforcing them, and others are not. And some travel professionals are phenomenal at reading the fine print and know the ins and outs, and others are not. They kind of gloss over it. And I just wanted to hit on this as something because some of the programs that you might be involved in, the marketing programs that you might be involved in with certain suppliers, they really hinge on you knowing the ins and outs of the guidelines around using their intellectual property. And if something were to go wrong, it's pretty much in every single contract and agreement that you sign that they can shut you down.
Yep.
And that is detrimental to your business. So just while I can't speak to every single supplier out there, when you're looking at co-branded sites, co-branded marketing, when you're looking at using, if you get a training and you're able to use a special logo in your email signature that denotes that you are an expert in this particular area, then make sure you have read the fine print. And if you do not understand that fine print, please reach out to your business development manager, because they want to make sure that you're following the rules. But please know that there's a lot of things that you want to factor in, or you want to make sure you understand before you start getting all jiggy with it. Believe me, they don't want to prevent you from selling.
Right.
But their teams have put together a lot of rules and guidelines. And in some cases, there's wiggle room, and sometimes there is not. So I cannot give you a definitive answer. I just, there's certain partners, and I'm going to use Disney Destinations as one. Disney, in its 100 years, has been at the forefront of defending their brand and their trademark, and pretty much the golden rule when it comes to that. So their travel company does the same thing and ensures that they're controlling messages, and you're using the appropriate messages when you're marketing certain products, or you're linking them to the appropriate places for terms and conditions, things like that, images. If you read the copyright document, the terms and conditions, it's a massive document.
Oh, I bet.
But you'll be smarter for it.
Yeah.
And especially if you're using things like pay-per-click advertising or search engine marketing advertising, where you're using something like Google Ads or Facebook or Instagram, make sure you know the rules up front. And if you need clarity, please seek assistance and guidance from your business development managers.
BDMs can be make or break for these marketing programs that are open and available for advisors, but yeah, there's a lot of rules, and you almost feel like you need a law degree to get through them all.
Exactly.
But that's why they're there, to help be your lawyer and keep you safe.
Well, let's not go that far.
Oh yeah.
Let's not.
Not the
we
entire way.
don't. If we need legal advice, we're going to go to the professionals.
Of course.
But I'm just saying, your first line of communication can be with those business development managers to get clarity on it. And if they are unclear, I'm sure they'll go to their legal team and make sure that it is accurate. But I didn't want that to sound like a big Debbie Downer topic. But it does come up in multiple brands, and especially those ones where you have taken those additional courses, you've gotten the certification, you've gotten the ability to add a digital banner on your email signature or whatever. But if you are using that information incorrectly, you do not want to get a cease and desist letter, and that can really ruin your day.
As my week.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, as we can attest to. So anyway, love to hear your thoughts on that, because many of you are out there using using these specialist programs and using these co-branded programs. If you've run into any situations, you don't have to call out anybody's name. We don't want to, we don't want to blow up anybody's spot. But any advice that you have, love to hear that in the chat. But I want to go over to the poll.
Yeah.
And let's find out, where is the last place you traveled with your magnificent other? And was it romance travel? Because I realized my story was not romance travel. So I really I don't think I have done any romance travel.
Oh, we got to get you out there.
Yeah, definitely. And I just wanted to point out, as you said you went with your wife, you're not wearing your wedding ring. So I just wanted to call that out while we're on.
I thought it would make a lot of noise on the table.
No, that's okay. That's what I'm sure many people, as they're traveling across the country, do.
I was wearing it on the trip the whole time. She never left my side. We were holding hands.
Yeah. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm giving you a hard time. All right, let's go on over here. Daniela, hello. Happy Friday. So good to see you. We got to see Daniela at the Atlanta Roadshow here recently.
Oh, great.
So glad that you were first in to the chat. Erica Worldvia. I love how Erica has put her own twist on it. Everyone else has done like Worldvia in their name. But she said, you know what, I'm Erica Worldvia, so I'm going to just... Anyway, our fantastic member development director joins us. Happy Friday, travel lovers. I love that. Worldvia Chris, who is also a producer, Chris. Like I said, we now have a team. If Paul's in the co-hosting seat, then Christopher takes associate producer. Are you the executive producer? Yeah, so producer Evan is the executive producer. Whoever sits in that corner is the associate producer.
That's good.
Yeah. It's good to get those things clarified.
Yeah, we don't want any
confusion.
Confusion here behind stage.
Division of responsibilities, right?
Exactly. We don't want to be divisive.
Okay, yeah. All right, Storybook Trips says, Happy Friday, good to see you. Hello, everyone. It's coming from Michelle Wick-Cipher, and hi again, Erica. Erica said, long time no see, Michelle, so I feel like there must be some kind of...
friendliness.
Yes, friendliness, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. And Bill noticed, he said, is that a hula hoop in the background?
Oh.
And Bill, thank you for noticing the hula hoop in the background. It has actually been right back there with my Crown Jewels Royal Scepter that I use for, the meeting of the Crown Jewels. Does that seem very royal?
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear. Ready for that. And decided to move it over there. It actually lights up, Bill. So later on, we might do a little electric hula hoop.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'll show you the electric hula hoop. All right, let's see. Janice said, happy Friday. Attitudes and Latitudes. Travel said, hi. Storybook Trips said, hi, Paul.
Oh, hey, guys.
Michelle Wick-Cipher said, love the shirt, Paul.
Thank you.
What about me?
Yeah,
What about
come on, guys.
me? What about me?
Let's be fair.
Yeah. Who came first? All right. Let's see here. So Bill has joined us with the national holiday, or
I'm ready
national
for it.
day. Today is National Pizza Day.
Ooh.
And Bill said, where can you get the best pizza? And he even puts in here, I expect some controversy with this one.
I'm scared to start us off because I already know mine might be a little controversial.
Is it controversial because it's basic or is it extra?
It's rare. I mean, you got to go to Chicago to get it, and that's deep dish pizza.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you're getting deep dish, it's got to be from Chicago. 'Cause they're the only ones that make it right.
And is there a restaurant that you like to go to? Pizzeria?
No, I just keep finding more I like every time I go up there and see family. Yeah, it's great.
Okay. I've done a deep dish pizza crawl.
Oh.
And if you go on a bar crawl,
Yeah.
by the end, everybody's a little bit like everybody in the club's a little tipsy, right?
Yeah.
A deep dish pizza crawl means that everybody is in a food coma by the end.
Everybody in the club getting sleepy.
Yeah. I need a nap
Yeah.
on the sidewalk under a tunnel. Yep, that's exactly how
That
we felt.
sounds so fun.
So in the room, Christopher, producer Paul, producer Evan, producer Christopher, where are your favorite pizzerias?
Joe's down the road.
Christopher said Joe's down the road, and Evan just said New York City.
Both New York style pizzas. So that's good. You guys are on the same team.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So I like a good Sparrow.
Oh, yeah. They're pretty good too.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know you're going to get the same goodness everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I feel like splurging a little bit, I get a baked ziti. Oh, that's what I'm
Slept
talking
on
about right
pasta.
there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So please, everybody chime in with your favorite pizza
Pizzas.
place and let us know where it is because we have an audience all around the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So they might want to know. Alan said best pizza is in New Haven.
Oh, okay.
And Alan also joins in with a happy Friday there. Let's see. Worldvia Chris answered our poll question, and he said that he and his wife went to Joshua Tree.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
So in my front yard, I have a tree. It's called Joshua, and that's how I met Christopher and his wife.
Just standing out there.
They were out
trespassing.
there in front of my tree. Yes. Man, I am on a roll today. Let's see. Seven Voyagers said, hey, y'all. Attitudes and Latitudes. Oops, it just jumped on me. Let's see. Hold on one second. I just lost it.
Hey, y'all.
Wait a minute. It just went all over the place here. Man, we had a lot more chat than I was expecting here. Hold on one second, guys.
I might get to come back again.
Let's see. Attitudes and Latitudes said a Hawaii and Tahiti cruise is where they went.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah, that would take quite a few items off my list of places to go. Hawaii and Tahiti.
And Tahiti.
Yeah. Love it. Janice Gray just got back from Quebec Wednesday night with my parents and my son.
Aw.
So that's love travel.
Yeah.
It's not sexy time travel and it's not romance travel.
Not romance, but
Yeah.
definitely very sentimental and lovely.
Listen to your heart Sorry, I feel like a song. Do you know why I feel like a song needs to come out?
Why?
I want to just wish a happy birthday to a Miss Carole King.
Oh, yay.
And because I can see by the look in your eye, Paul, or your eyes, that you don't even know who Carole King is.
I'm so happy for her and her birthday.
Yes. She's 82 years old, a very, very famous songwriter, and has been writing songs forever.
Okay.
And you have probably heard so many songs. She released an album called Tapestry that was extremely popular, and but she's also written songs for other artists,
Okay.
like Aretha Franklin. You make me feel like a natural woman.
That's my theme song every day.
I know. When I get up, that's exactly what I think of. And then the other one is, I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down, tumbling down.
Yeah, I know some of these.
Yeah, you know some
Okay.
of them. You like that, guys? How many people, do you know, we did road shows and they put wagers on how many times I would sing. So I refused to sing on the road shows.
Oh, that's
yeah.
so mean.
Yeah, not fair.
I
Not
wonder
fair
who
at
won.
all.
Yeah.
Storybook Trip said their trip was New York City. New York City? Yes. And Lauren said Merival, Punta de Mita, Mexico.
Ooh.
Which I wonder if that was on our getaway,
Oh,
because that's where we went.
that counts.
Laura De Vega said Playa Mujeres.
Oh, beautiful.
Follow the Second Star went to Asheville for a getaway last weekend. Let's see, Michelle Wicks said she did the getaway in Mexico and asked if that counted. Yes. Even though it was more than just him and I, yes, it still counts. Prior to that, they were in Hawaii. And Bill said Florida to move his daughter back to Rhode Island. Daniela said her answer to that question, where is the last trip you went with a loved one?
Right.
It was the Atlanta Road Show.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got to share that with us.
I'm so glad. Now, I know you were in the studio as producer Paul, but last week I unveiled my own bobblehead,
Ta-da.
right? And he is just styling, right? So I figured that, if I am not in the studio when it's time for a show, then Jason can use the bobblehead in my place.
That's so nice.
And again, it's a non-bobblehead because I didn't want it to be
Yeah.
a bobblehead. So I thought today, we didn't have time to get Jason a bobblehead, but I thought you could play Jason with this, okay? And so we could do the show like this the whole time. So, hey Jason, what do you think about what's going on this week?
Oh, man, I'm so happy to be here because I'm Jason and this week I'm here.
Yes, that is a very good thing to realize. And yes, do you like my jacket, Jason?
I think it's incredible.
Wait a minute, you got to let me do a twirl. I need to twirl. Okay, so that's the whole look there. All right. Yeah, still like the outfit?
Yeah, it's great on all angles.
Very good. And you do look incredible there, Jason.
Oh, yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. I've been working out, I'm glad you've been noticing that because, resolutions came around this year and it's just nice to get some acknowledgement and know that I'm doing a good job.
Yes, you are doing a great job, and that's your encouragement.
Being here at World Via, it's really such a fun time that I'm just happy that I can get some personal time outside of work to accomplish what I've been wanting to for the year. Sorry, this is just exactly what he would say, right?
Yeah, well, I love how you walked away. Like, I need
Kind of going off on a bit.
You're like, I need to go contemplate something.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, we do not need to continue this game of charades.
Okay.
Because we have the Right Honorable Jason Block, who is coming to us live from the Magic Kingdom. Jason, are you there?
I am here, Joshua. Paul, I don't know where to start with all that. I really don't know where to start. But Paul, I want to congratulate you on your promotion to understudy.
Yeah, thank you. I worked really hard.
That's a big deal. That should be celebrated.
Thank you. Hopefully I keep the role after that bit.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see about that. But I think we all just got a very interesting look into Joshua's childhood.
Oh.
Where I'm picturing you were playing with dolls, like doing an imaginary fashion show.
Look at my outfit.
Wait, let me do a twirl.
Yeah, there was a whole structure to it. I was going outside of the rules. Like, there were clearly rules in place.
Yeah, you gave way too much space. We were supposed to be having a conversation. You gave way too much space. So Jason, I'm so jealous. You are joining us live from the Magic Kingdom. This is not recorded, obviously. I mean, you're in the happiest place on earth, right?
I sure am.
And I just want to acknowledge why you are here. I mean, we knew you were going on holiday, but this was not necessarily a part of your agenda to be there right now.
This was not on the itinerary, but I know, we realized we had a bit of a disagreement with our contest giveaway last week, and I figured, I just need to carve out a little time to investigate this properly. So I'm here at the main gate, navigating my way through the cheerleading groups. And the question for our giveaway was, after you enter the main ticket gate, what is the first building, attraction, restaurant, whatever? And we had lots of guesses. We had Tony's, we had the Town Square Theater, we had guest relations, and guest relations is actually just on the other side of the ticket gate. But no one actually got it correct. The official names, as you can see here behind me, are stroller rental and wheelchairs. Now, Bill, our friend Bill, who brings us the day every week, guessed photo store. And I'm guessing at some point this probably was a photo store, but not anymore. But I was in here earlier. Let me just see if you can see this. Behind me, you can see on the wall, they actually have a disposable camera. So I'm counting it. Photo store wins. Bill, you're the big winner. And it has been resolved.
Fantastic. So we will make sure that Bill gets the Icon of the Seas swag kit, and that's how we spend our expense budget around here. We say we've got some swag to give away, and no one can give us the right answer, so we're going to.
So we're gonna. Now this was not a company paid venture, but just so we're all clear on that.
Yeah. Well, so we're curious. What's on the agenda for the rest of the day?
After we're done here with the show, I'm gonna head back over to Epcot and meet up with the family, and we are going to the beer garden for dinner and have a little German beer and polka dancing and all that good stuff.
Okay, so while you're over at Epcot, many of our audience don't know this yet, but I have become addicted to castles and statues from all the various Disney theme parks. I've now moved over to eBay, and I'm bidding on stuff, which I've never done before. Yeah. So my favorite store is right to the right of the entrance of the American Pavilion. So if you want to pop in there and do a little shopping, you already know what's already in the collection. I will gladly take anything.
I will keep my eye out for you, Joshua.
I appreciate that.
I've been scouring already, looking for the perfect addition to your collection that some might now call an addiction or an obsession. But I'm here to support you.
Well, thank you for that. And I have already talked to the landlord about if we can just break down that wall behind me and expand my office a little bit for more of a showcase like we discussed. So,
Yeah. You add a few more pieces, it'll qualify as a little museum.
I think that's the way it goes. Well, thank you for checking it out, and thank you for joining us on your family holiday.
I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'm glad I could join you. It's really, I got to tell you guys real quick, it's hard listening to the show and not being able to say anything.
Oh.
I don't know how you do it, understudy Paul, on a week-to-week basis. How do you resist the temptation just to jump in there?
Yeah, sometimes I get in the comments, but yeah, it's got to be hard for you. I'm really proud of how tough you've been today. You've been like a superhero today.
I appreciate that. And by the way, poll question: the best pizza, at least in the U.S., is Charlie and Millie's Pizza in Seminole, Florida.
Oh, Florida. Interesting.
That's right. You'd never expect it, but it's the best.
Look, your stand-in can put its arms around mine. Mine is really not that friendly. Mine is like
he's like whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. All right, well, Jason, thank you for joining us, and please say hello to the family and have a grand time and take loads of pictures.
We will. I love you all, and have a great rest of the show, and we'll see you next week.
All right.
Bye there. Take care. All right, that was fun.
Yeah, really nice guy.
Yeah, that was a real toss-up because, I mean, he was Googling, everybody was in the chat. Jason had to go through the chat and find who got closest, and that's how we ended up there.
Good thing they weren't out of cameras that day. I mean, winner by a hair. Yeah.
Winner by a camera.
Yeah.
Was that a photo?
I beat you to it. Another photo finish.
That is fantastic. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go over to the chat and see what's going on here. Jeff, Germany with his wife. And Michelle's asking Alan, which pizza place in New Haven are you saying is the best? Seven Voyagers Travel said their last trip was Icon of the Seas preview sailing.
Nice.
With their son. And thank you, Seven Voyagers Travel, for, she said, this is Michelle Stevens. I do need a little help from that. There's only one. There's a couple that I know exactly who they are.
Right.
But I'm always worried that somebody else might be filling in under their agency YouTube account.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like, hey, Angela Larson, and it being somebody else. So anyway, thank you, Michelle. Good to hear from you. And let's see. Lisa said, happy Friday and Super Bowl weekend. It must be a really big deal.
Definitely Happy Friday.
Yeah,
I can agree to that.
Happy Friday. I hope that they get the Stanley Cup. All right. Lisa also shared with us that she booked her first luxury cruise with Oceania for clients.
Ooh, way to go. I love that.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oceania is, I've only got to experience it one time, and it is definitely a upper premium experience, and small and intimate, but brings you everything that the whole Norwegian family has to offer.
That's great.
So I know your clients are going to enjoy that. Alan is, so Michelle was asking Alan if it was Pepe's in New Haven. Alan says Pepe's over Sally's. So it sounds like you have to be, east side, west side. I don't know. It needs to be something like that. Let's see.
I'll be studying this list later when I'm very hungry. I'll be thinking, oh, that pizza looks good too. So I think they're all great options so far.
Absolutely. Well, and I love that, this is one of the things I love about this show is the encouragement that you get from the travel professional community. Lisa's celebrating booking her clients on Oceania. And Janice jumped in and said, Lisa, that's awesome. Attitudes and Latitudes said, way to go, Lisa. And now going back to the poll position, the poll question, Amy said, without kids, almost 5 years ago to Quebec City and Montreal. With kids, Europe for Christmas. That was this Christmas.
Right.
So we're going to... I guess clarifying romance travel. I messed it up. You were on romance travel.
I set a romance precedent, but
well, you were on the right track.
Yeah.
I was just on a love track. Like I love my family.
no, I'm just kidding.
and Amy was like, I'm gonna break this down for you. This is
Thank you, Amy.
This is my love travel, and this is my love travel. So I love that. Let's see. Michelle agrees with Alan and says Pepe's all the way for New Haven. I mean, Pepe's is got it going on.
It seems like it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Follow the Second Star says, no way, Amy. That was 5 years ago that she did that trip. And she's also saying, Amy, you need to get some romance travel into your life.
Valentine's Day's around the corner.
It is. And you're in travel, so I think you can make something happen. Let's see here. Michelle said, I didn't catch the romance travel part. So my last romance travel was with my husband. We did WindStar's Tahiti Dreams cruise for our 27th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
I bet that was pretty amazing.
That sounds beautiful. The WindStar cruises look lovely.
Yes, they do. And I know that this is Angela. She's going to come through as Storybook Trips. She is chiming in on my, visit to the pulpit to talk about marketing and intellectual property. She said, just some friendly advice. Even if you see another agent or agency breaking the rules of a vendor, stick to what you know the rules to be and ask for clarification. And Angela, I am so glad that you brought that up because in a couple of incidences, sorry, I needed to reboot that.
Sure, refresh.
A couple of incidents have been brought to our attention, and the reason why this is such a hot topic and why I wanted to talk about just navigating some of the rules and the guidelines that each brand has is what does that song say? The mo money, mo problems. So a lot of times it's when you start to see some success and you might be following the rules, but someone else doesn't know the rules, so then they decide to kick up trouble and they report you to that supplier, which is shady. I mean, unless you know the rules, don't go breaking my heart. Very, very good advice. Don't, just because you see somebody else doing it, if you know that that's not okay, don't jump in with them. You got to do your own, you got to go your own way.
Keep yourself safe.
Keep yourself safe. I like that. Thank you, Angela Larson. Terry said my last trip, romance trip, was with my wife, and that was on the Explora.
Ooh.
And fantastic.
Beautiful.
So Explora It gets a lot of attention. People are loving the Explora experience. I have yet to experience it. What about you, Paul?
What do they do differently? What's their kind of specialty?
Well, it is definitely luxury. So they are.
I have not gotten to try that yet.
You haven't gotten to try
I don't
luxury.
think that's on the calendar yet. Let's try
I don't know
this one
that
luxury
that's how
first.
they label themselves, but
okay.
yeah. But Terry has had nothing but positive things to say about Explora ever since he got to experience them. Michelle Wick-Cipher joins and says, love the Chicago deep dish, opposite of the New Haven style pizza, both good in different ways. And you know what? That's what I love about Michelle. She can respect both styles of pizza because I love a slice of pizza that I can fold.
Right.
I want that taco style pizza.
And sometimes I'm in the mood for that. You can have many favorite pizzas.
Yeah.
Just overall, I'm a deep guy.
Yeah.
I've got depth. Not to say that anyone doesn't. I'm sorry, I'm retracting my
And
statement.
if I'm folding mine, then I'm a shallow person.
Yeah, that's why I'm retracting my
Yeah.
statement. I don't like this.
Wow. So join us on our next show where it's called Deep and Shallow.
No.
No, not gonna happen. Okay,
What's
gotcha.
the next comment?
Yeah, next comment. See, this is why I like to do the chat. I'm in control of the chat, so I can like riff if I want to, and I can just leave you to be awkwardly nervous.
We're doing great so far.
I'm doing great so far. Love it. Let's see here. Bill said, my best pizza was in Rome, but maybe it was just that I was in Italy eating pizza. I could give you that. I went to, for the first time just a few months ago, went to Rome and had spaghetti. And it was the best. And spaghetti doesn't get me excited. I'm sorry. Does spaghetti get you excited?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, now that you mention it, I'd never pick spaghetti when I'm at a nice Italian place.
No,
That's just
I
for
mean
home.
spaghetti is it's the bulk food. Like it takes no time to put together, right?
Kind of like chicken noodle soup or something.
Yeah.
I could get that any day.
But I had it in Rome, and I was like, oh, this is so good. Like,
Okay.
Anyway, so thank you, Bill, for sharing that. I am not going to even pronounce that correctly. But thank you, producer Evan, who always knows what to say. Michelle said, Pequod's Pizzeria in Chicago, yum. You know what? I feel like today's show should be sponsored by Pequod's or Pepe's.
Pepe's, yeah.
I feel like we missed an opportunity to get a sponsor for this show. Producer Evan, can we work on that next time? I don't know. Ooh, this is controversial. Terry said anywhere that offers anchovies on a pizza.
That's great for Terry. I love that for you. Yeah.
I do like anchovies on a Caesar salad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On a salad?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, on a Caesar. It's
A Caesar salad.
Yeah, you got to try it. All right, let's break away from the chat. We'll come back to it, so keep the chat going, guys. I love having you guys there to talk to. Just some news that producer Evan has pulled for us. There's a new 22-day Carnival cruise. We'll take passengers from Seattle to Sydney. Yeah.
Wow.
This is, they've opened up a Trans-Pacific cruise that will take guests on a 22-day voyage from Seattle, Washington to Sydney, Australia. Stops along the way will include calls on Honolulu, Hawaii, along with Papeete, Tahiti, Moorea. Am I pronouncing that right? Right? Okay. I need phonetic spelling, okay? I'm sorry. In French Polynesia and Nomia in New Caledonia. This is the part that you should have been handed, producer Paul. Guests will also cross the international date line and enjoy 16 days at sea.
Wow.
So that's kind of interesting. It's Carnival Luminoso's 22-day cruise is the latest addition to the Carnival Journeys program, a series of curated journeys that are 9 days or longer. Other trans-Pacific cruises being offered by Carnival Cruise Line include an 18-day trip from Long Beach, California to Yokohama, Japan.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
I know you went on your first cruise for on Icon of the Seas recently.
Oh yeah, that was
Right. And you were only gone for a few days.
It was about 3 or 4, and I think that's probably the perfect time for me.
I mean, I just don't know. I mean, traveling by myself, I could probably do 2 to 3 weeks, but I don't know if I could travel with another person.
In those
And
rooms, yeah.
and still live to tell about it. Like I
Yeah.
just don't know. What about you guys? I mean, if money was no object, and you didn't have to worry about your work or email, any of that business, do you think you could survive 2 to 3 weeks of travel with another individual, as much as you love them?
And that's a lot of sea days too. So you can't get some fresh air. Oh,
Well,
go
you
check out
can
that
get
store.
fresh air.
Right, but you can't ditch anybody. So you're
Right.
with them the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're stuck. You're
Yeah.
stuck. All right, let's go over to the chat. Let's see here. Follow the second star. The ATL people can go to 2 cities in Sewanee for both kinds in one. She's given us a 2 for here. Chicago and New York style, and it's one best restaurant bathroom. It's a
What?
Subway bathroom.
Like from Subway, the restaurant?
No, no.
No, that was.
But that is legit. That is a legit question, Paul. Like,
Yeah.
do they just? No, it's like the Subway in New York. They've kind of done it like that.
Oh, that's cute.
But follow the second star. If I'm wrong, and if it is actually a Subway restaurant bathroom that they've moved over, please correct us, because that would be fantastic. Now, I'm going to go off script for a minute. I hope you have this queued up. Right behind me, you can see our wall of postcards. And this week, so I just want to put this out to you. Please, if you're traveling, send Love Travel, Live Travel postcards to 70 Mansell Court, Suite 100, Roswell, Georgia, 30076, 4857, USA. We want to bring postcards back. I mean, I'm telling you, Paul, if you watch an old movie, whenever somebody was traveling, they would have to stop.
And they'd send a postcard.
They would send a postcard to auntie, uncle, grandma, grandpa. Everybody got a postcard. And we've moved away from it. And back when I was a kid, let me tell you about the good old days, Paul.
Yeah.
You'd go to the mailbox every single day and you'd pull out like a stack of junk mail.
Oh, wow.
And as email came to be, that started to slim down. So now, sending snail mail actually is very effective for marketing your business. We'll say that. But then also, if you get one of these gems in your mailbox, it kind of makes you feel a little special.
Yeah.
So please send us a postcard. I know we've got some that are in transit. I heard there was a little difficulty with one coming in from the Dominican Republic. Sorry, I'm pointing the wrong direction. Am I pointing the right? No, you're right there. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, from the Dominican. So that might be mailed from Roswell, but it'll make it here.
Yeah.
We will get that. So please send us your postcards. And again, I want to remind you guys that we are now on Apple Podcasts. So search Love Travel, Live Travel Show and subscribe there, as well as find us on YouTube. We have our own YouTube channel. So just search Love Travel, Live Travel Show, subscribe to the channel, get the notifications, and join us, if you can, live 4 Eastern every Friday. And if you can't join us live, you can watch us or listen to us all the different times. Do you ever go back? I mean, you've been producer Paul now for months, for a very long time, and you do an amazing job. If you guys like the way the show's been going, I mean, yes, there's producer Evan, but I'm just saying there's also producer Paul. So give him some kudos. If he's doing a bad job, he likes constructive criticism too. Yeah.
More constructive than criticism, if possible.
Yeah. Constructive criticism. So do you ever go back and watch or listen to the show? It's okay if you say no.
No, I have with a couple times, especially when we had some guests. I think it was when we had our first guest, who I can't remember.
Gary?
It was with Gary, I think. And yeah, it was just fun to see because you notice little things that change. The shelf gets a little bit fuller each time. The Christmas special was fun too. I did go back and rewatch that one with the cosplay of Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, whatever movie that is. No, I'm just kidding. I've actually seen that one. But yeah, there's some shows that I rewatch. Do you ever? You're the one on stage. Do you rewatch your own content?
Well, let me say, on a weekend I like to curl under my weighted duvet. And I do like to rewatch the shows because I tell my Mike all the time, I am hilarious. And he does not share that opinion. So I'm trying to show him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What a stinker.
Yeah, what a stinker. That's what I say. What a stinker. Anyway. All right, let's go back over to the chat. Let's see. So, Storybook Trips, Angela said, where is the Band-Aid? And I think she was talking about our Jason, who had a little tumble in the office a few weeks ago. So he had a big Band-Aid over his eye, but very glad to see that is gone. Although I think he's going to have like a little scar where hair won't grow in the eyebrow.
Oh, that's tough. That's going to make him look like a tough guy.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, people get those cut into their eyebrows.
They do that on purpose.
Yeah, they
Lucky
do it on
him.
purpose. Yeah. So for him, he could be like, yeah, I've seen some things. Yeah, I like it.
You should see the other guy.
Yes, he is doing very well, Angela. Thank you for noticing that. Bill said, good call. He said, did you get permission to use the incredible intellectual property for this segment? Oh.
I wouldn't. Nobody telling us, please. Pretty please. Just like we said.
It was a lesson. We were teaching a lesson.
A demonstration.
Yeah, it was a demonstration.
It's parody,
Yes.
you're protected.
It was. Our legal team has just said it was parody, so we were protected.
Yes.
But just in case, right now on sale, you do have the fabulous non-bobblehead Joshua Harrell. And in case you forget my name, it's right there at the bottom. I'll sign it too. I think I should. Would that be pretentious for me to sign my own?
No,
statue?
I don't think so.
Or is it
you.
Is it pretentious? Is it pretentious that I have my own statue? That's a question you don't have to answer.
Oh.
All right, there you go. Let's see here. Let's see. Follow the Second Star said, well played, Bill, on the IP, on the Incredibles. I'm glad that you were holding it.
No, okay. Don't cheer him on.
And Angela said it's the restrooms for the first building. I think we're going to settle on stroller, Disney. Locker, rental, camera shop. We're going to go there. I think we probably needed to know the answer to the question before
Next time we'll research.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Let's see here. Michelle said, Jason, it sounds like you are there to enable Josh if it is an addiction or an obsession. And this is, so I have to show you guys this. It's kind of not in the shot, but I started, it was 100 years of Disney, so they came out with these castles that were done like in the TV show where Tinkerbell hits the tip and then all of a sudden it takes it from black and white to color. And so I started here, There are so many different versions of castles to collect.
Really?
I am running out of space, and now I'm on eBay. I've never been on eBay before. I'm bidding. Somebody,
Welcome.
and then when somebody takes my offer,
feels-
it's a high.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. That's right. I'm not paying full price for
yeah.
this. And then when you get declined, that's a big bummer.
You kind of think they're, whoa, who are you?
Yeah.
Mr. Moneybags, you're declining my offer?
Yeah. But Jason came back to sit in my office, and I had to move a castle out of the way, and he said, this is a problem. And so
He certainly
anyway.
didn't say he wasn't going to get you one or he was against getting you one.
Yeah. But Jason, if you come back with a little tiny one, I mean, that's okay. But I do like, the more scaled ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, I have to say thank you guys for keeping the chats going and making this a fun show. I hope you had a good time with producer Paul and me. Did you have a good time?
I did, yeah. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh.
This has been a lot of fun.
You are welcome anytime.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like producer Christopher, can we put this in Paul's job description? Oh, we got a hard no on that. It isn't all.
He's great.
Yeah, it isn't all yeses. Well, guys, again, my name is Joshua Harrell, and this was and is my co-host Paul LaHood, who not only gets to step in when Jason is out, but he is also works very, very hard in our industry relations team, and could not do some of the fabulous work that we do without him. So I am very, very honored to work with you, not only here, but as a part of our day jobs. So
wow.
thank you. I'm gonna make him blush.
Cut to black.
Fade to black, fade to black. All right, until next time, take care of yourself so we can take care of each other, and make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. See you next week. Oh, actually, I will be out next week. I will be in an undisclosed location. It'll be very legislative of me,
Oh.
or something to that effect. Anyway, take care. See you soon. Bye.